small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Hey, and welcome to Rankin. As my phone notification goes crazy, it's just too far away for me to stop it. But we're here to talk about Ray Fiennes' movies, which should be an interesting topic. He's one of those actors that, according to some anonymous Oscar voters, he has won awards before, so they didn't nominate him for things. But I've got Eric Moreno here. Eric, how's it going?
No, it's going good. He's so good that you would think he had won before, but he hasn't. He hasn't even been nominated that much, like twice, I think. I think that's it. Yeah, and he probably should have been more great movies in this batch. Hopefully, I've seen the top 12 ones. If not, we shall see. Very diverse panel of non-British people, though former British colonies. I guess it's fair enough for Ray Fiennes.
But we've also got Richie. Richie, how's it going?
Yeah, going good, man. Yeah, no, it should be good. Yeah, Ray Fiennes, one of the best actors not to win, not to have an Oscar on his mantle, which I think is crazy. And yeah, he might get a lifetime achievement before he gets an actual one for individual movie. So yeah, but it's but I love Ray Fiennes. He certainly leveled up. He's certainly especially up this game even more, even though in the last few years. So yeah, no, it should be fun to talk about.
Yeah, I've just looked it up. He's been nominated 3 times. And I think he's been nominated a lot more for BAFTAs, obviously. But anyway, but that being said, how Rankin works, we go around in the panel and nominate a movie we think belongs on a top 12 list, and then everyone else will say yes or no to it, making the list. And then at the end of the show, we will rank them from rank that 12 from 12 to 1, and make a top 12 list. But with that being said, Eric, I'm going to go to you first. What is the first movie you're going to bring up?
Yeah, I'm going to start with the movie I just finished watching like 10 minutes ago. I had seen it before. I really wanted to see it again. It's, I think, one of his nominated performances. And I think if he wasn't, he should have been. He probably should have won. The Grand Budapest Hotel. I think it's a lot of fun in that movie. I think it's very different to the usual role. Like, I'm guessing half of this list is going to be Villeneuve's performance, and this is not one of them. I think he's very charming in this movie. He's very vain. He's not like simple, he's an honest, good to God man. He's a little bit vain, a little bit prideful. He flirts with older women and probably does wish he gets the money, and then he gets it. Spoilers, I guess, for the movie. He has amazing teamwork with Tony Revolori in this movie, and he's a lot of fun. If he didn't, was he? I'm pretty sure he was nominated for this one, but I could be wrong. This is the one I was worried he did.
He wasn't nominated for this one at the Oscars, but he was nominated for it at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of these were BAFTA nominated. Now, he should have been nominated for the Oscar. Yeah, that's one of those that he definitely should have been nominated. So the Grand Budapest Hotel, 4 starters. Richie?
Yeah. You're being a co-host. I like it. No. This was great. And I felt like not usually. He stands out in a very huge cast, and it's a great role for him. So I would have no qualms saying yes. I think it needs to be on here.
Yep. We don't really have any Wes Anderson haters here, so today, but because I also really like Grand Budapest Hotel. I think it's great, and I think Ray Fiennes is great in the movie, and I think it's just fantastic. So it's an easy use for me as well. So the Grand Budapest Hotel is going to make the list. Richie, was the first movie you were going to bring up?
Yeah, around that time period, one where he does play a villain, and you could it's one of the movies that's got rewatchability because you can see it through different genres too. Is it horror? Is it comedy? And is it drama? Yes, it's all three of them. And that's the menu. I think he's very haunting in the menu. Should have had more attention come award season. But yeah, just I love how that movie like is centered just like the food culture and snobbish food. Yeah, the way it's like the way he just dresses down and embarrasses the Nicholas Holt's character is amazing. And yeah, he's just so he's so just like chillingly like evil, but like he's captivating as well. He's got that charisma that flies at the screen. So the menu.
Yeah, no, the menu is great. I've seen it many times. I was actually going to, funny enough, I was considering rewatching it this week, just for fun, but I was busy watching movies for a different reason, for a change. I didn't actually watch anything specifically for ranking for it this time around. But yeah, the menu is great. I think it's fantastic. All the cast is great in it, and yeah, Ray Fiennes is just sadistic in this. So the menu is getting my vote easily. But Eric, what do you say about the menu?
Yeah, the menu is pretty great. I think he's fantastic in it. I think obviously he's very intense, very commanding. Like obviously he's the lead chef. Yeah, he's very menacing. But I think he stands out more when he's finally making that beloved cheeseburger. I think he really brings the gravitas to that one. Like it's more depth to him than just being mean or being jaded about society and the culture of food. I think once he does that scene, like that truly brings the movie together. Like, it's just not the villain; is a troubled man. He's an asshole for sure, but you kind of feel sorry for him. He's an excellent worker, and he's making something he's not proud of. And I think the menu is great because of it. Aside from the other performances, I think Nicholas Hoult is amazing in that one. If we were ever to do a Nicholas Hoult, the menu should be there because he's Tyler's bullshit is just one of my favorite jokes of all time in recent memory, I think. So yeah, so definitely a yes for the menu. A fucking good cheeseburger. I'm very hungry.
The menu is going to make the list. It's on to me, and I'm going to bring up this one because I like the franchise, and out of all the installments, I think there's two where he's a really big presence in the movies, and that's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is the one I'm bringing up. And it's one of those ones like this is where sort of he's like Voldemort is at his full power, and he's just being very sadistic, and all that. This is where he gets into the shine, and it's one of those ones like realistically like. There's only 2 Harry Potters which gets a lot to do in. The other 2 is like he's just kind of a small part in either the beginning or the end of it. But I think the Order of Phoenix showcases his sort of villainous role as Voldemort really well, and yeah. So Eric, what do you say about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah, I knew we would get to this predicament. I was making my list in my head like. Surely a Harry Potter movie has to make it on this list, and I made my decision on 2 of them. Like if people nominated, or I were to nominate movies in the franchise, The Order of the Phoenix wouldn't be one of them. I think obviously he gets a big battle with Dumbledore. That's very good and all. I don't think his performance is that commanding in this one. I guess like when I think of Voldemort in The Order of the Phoenix, I think of those brief flashes that Harry has and like visions of him, and it's just like a fucking awful green screen of him like making faces and all that. Like surely this is the movie where his powers truly shown there, but I don't think as a performance or even as a movie, this is one of my least favorite ones of the Harry Potter universe. He doesn't get to do much as Voldemort, I think, at least on my perspective. I think he makes a bigger impact in movies where he shows for the shorter time, or even a bigger impact in obviously the final act. He's very important in that one. So that
Richie, what do you say about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm in a bind now because the one of Harry Potter's, I believe, is one that Eric just alluded to. But I do see the argument for Order of the Phoenix. I'm gonna say yes, and we'll see. Sorry, am I right? Am I here? Go ahead. Am I here?
I can hear you.
I'm gonna say yes, and then we'll see how this list shakes out.
So Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is making the list. But Eric, we go back to you for your next nomination.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a similar situation to this type of conversation. I'm not gonna talk about this franchise. I'm gonna talk about another one he just recently integrated to. I'm torn between two of these movies, and I'm gonna steal Richie's possible future pick. I'm hoping everybody has seen The Bone Temple by now. Like, I personally like 28 Years Later, but I think The Bone Temple is more of a showcase of his performance. I think it's a lot of fun in this one. It's a similar, obviously, the previous movie introduced this concept to this particular role of Ray Fiennes, and like he looks very menacing, as you would expect for Ray Fiennes' role. But then it turns out he's one of the sweetest persons in the whole apocalypse, post-apocalyptic world of 28 Years Later. And in The Bone Temple, he just really, like, as he should, after making a great role in 28 Years Later, even greater. He's the almost the lead. He takes away from the previous the movie's main character. Even though the kid's still there, like, you are more rooting for Ray Fiennes as the Doctor, and his he not commands, but carries the whole deal with the what they call him, the Goliath, the Samson. He's called Samson, of course. Like, that's a whole deal. I wouldn't be opposed to not making that instead of the other, but I think The Bone Temple is the one where he stands out the most, so that's the one I'm going to nominate.
Richie, what do you say about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple?
Yeah, out of the two, this is what I would nominate. Put my name kept it away here, but yeah, he's fantastic, and especially like I won't get too much away from theaters, but like, the third act is bonkers. And like it's back and forth with Jack O'Connell. If you do Jack O'Connell movies, this will be number one. By the way, he is so good in this movie. Yeah, and then like him trying to like humanizing Samson. That kind of, and that sort of relationship they have is kind of sweet, and also it's really like I was shocked at how good this movie is, especially like for January release. But yeah, it's really good, and yeah, he's so good in this film. So I would absolutely say yes, and hopefully you've seen it.
I mean, it's making the list regardless of what I say, but I haven't seen it. I've spent most of January catching up on 2025 releases because they're only just officially releasing in New Zealand.
Well, there's a couple of them here too. Like only like last weekend I saw Money Supreme. So
yeah. So I just haven't had a chance yet. I do hope to catch in the theaters eventually. I mean, funny enough, I only just saw 28 Years Later that this month because I blind boarded on Blu-ray. So yeah, but it's going to make the list regardless, and yeah, we can move back over to Richie.
Yeah, I'll go a bit. I'll go back in the past, quite a bit, and a movie that should be, close to people in the trivia space because it's about quiz show. Quiz show is it's sort of. It was the first time watching me a couple of years ago, and it was probably my favorite first time watching that year. it is Robert Redford. It's a fantastic movie. Potentially shows. I think Ray Fiennes is amazing in it, and uh, I just think it's just a very compelling movie, and yeah, it's shot really well, and yeah, Ray Fiennes still does this commanding performance. So yeah, uh, I'll pump for quiz show.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Show. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Show is great. I also saw it for the first time a few years ago myself, and yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, when I was making this list, I somehow completely forgot Ralph Fiennes was in it. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember him in this movie. But yeah, I think Chris Show is great. It's like it's definitely been one of these things where there's like exposing these behind the scenes of like Chris shows like Luckiest Man in the World. It was that last year in like Slumdog Millionaire and all that. And, but yeah, I think it was just a fantastic movie, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Eric, what do you say about Chris Show?
Yeah, Quiz Show. Obviously, it's one of those movies like the Best Picture nominated of that amazing year of 1994. So I had to see it because of that. Like probably middle school. Like I think I saw it for the first time and only time. Sadly, I remember really liking it. I should have rewatched it before this. This is not gonna color my opinion. I'm gonna give it a yes because I remember it being really, really good and Ray Fiennes being great in it. I wish I had more to say about it because I remember being good, but I don't remember much about it. But I'm sure he was great, and it's a yes. Anyway.
But that Chris Show is going to make the list. It's back to me. And not that I'm worried this is not going to come up, because I'm pretty sure eventually this will get brought up. But with like 5 picks in, I thought this would have been one of the early ones people would have brought up, to be honest. But and that's Schindler's List. Like, I think Schindler's List is a really good movie. And yeah, and Ray Fiennes is really masterful as Eamon Goff in the movie, and yeah, and what he was also rightfully so nominated for it as well. And yeah, it's a tough watch, but I think the movie itself is really good. But Eric, what do you say about Schindler's List?
No, Schindler's List was gonna make it regardless, unless we ever met somebody who was a contrarian who really didn't like Schindler's List for some reason, or like a Nazi something. Hopefully, there's no Nazis on the community. Here's hoping. No, Schindler's List is pretty great. He's amazing in it. He probably should have won for this one. I think this year Tommy Lee Jones won for The Fugitive, and he's great in it. But like just the deep-seated evil of his character. That's why he got typecast as a villain so much, because of this role in particular, I would guess. And he's pretty great. The Schindler's List, of course, is one of those movies that's always on the conversation for greatest movie, maybe of all time, maybe most important movie, certainly in many spaces. And it should make the list. It's the Schindler's List. That's the name of the movie.
Richie, what do you say about Schindler's List?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to be wonky here and now. I have no idea. I might come back in. But anyway, yeah, Schindler's List is fantastic. I don't think you can't do a Ray Fiennes without it. Like when you think of Ray Fiennes, like first thing people think is Schindler's List. It is, yeah, harrowing watch. He should have won. But yeah. So Schindler's List makes the list.
No, with that, it's going to make the list. And Eric, we go back to you for your next nomination.
Keeping it up with his villain performances, I'm going to bring up one of the movies that it's not particularly high on a personal list, but on his performances, he should be. And I'm bringing Red Dragon. I think he's pretty great in it. He's definitely the best part of the movie. He carries it. I like Red Dragon fine. I like Manhunter better, but I'm one of those guys, I guess. But Red Dragon is still decent. Best Brett Ratner movie ever. Probably. He sucks. But Red Dragon is fine. And Ray Fiennes is particularly great in it. He's better than the version of the villain in Manhunter. I would give them that. I think he gives a lot of they give him a lot of depth to his. Like they explain his trauma a little bit. You see him in a very tragic way falling in love with the blind lady and then screwing it up because of his weird ideas or visions. He screws it up that way, and he was finally getting out of the cycle. He even ate the picture of the red dragon and all that. And he's so good in it. Like that scene when he's talking to Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's also great in the movie, like revealing his tattoos and all that. Like it's very scary. You're feeling for that asshole that Philip Seymour Hoffman plays. Like he's just great in it. So I would nominate Red Dragon.
Richie, what do you say about Red Dragon?
I hadn't thought about Red Dragon for a while, but I do remember really liking it. I need to give it a rewatch. I remember Edward Norton being really good in the movie. And yeah, honestly, and I do remember him being pretty good. I don't know if it'd be, when it comes to listing, it'll be like high up there, but I do remember liking the movie a lot and the performance, so I'll say yes.
I just haven't got around to Red Dragon. One of these days, this year, I'm probably going to watch all the like the Hannibal series and stuff. But I just Red Dragon is just one of those ones I just haven't got around to yet. I've only ever seen Silence of the Lambs. But, Red Dragon is going to make the list regardless. And which and what Richie's away from.
Yeah.
But Richie, what is your next nomination?
I wrote it down, but I couldn't remember what it was. So just give me 2 seconds. One he got nominated as well. Conclave. Conclave makes me care about like something I thought was gonna be, honestly, I thought it was gonna be boring as hell. It's just finding a new pope and kind of like, as maybe Jordan Anderson would say, talking in rooms. But yeah, it's actually very compelling, and then all the scale that goes on there, and all the all the kind of rules that they have to abide by, and then I think Ray Fiennes is just quite a subtle performance, but he's very likable, very compassionate, and then like he's back and forth with like John Lithgow and Stanley Tucci. I think it's great. But yeah, it made me care about that process, and it's very intriguing. It's really good effort by Neil Berger, and I think it's a really good film. So yeah, Conclave should go.
Yeah, Conclave, the movie that got a lot of watch last year. But I was not one of those people that it's one of those ones that I wish I'd watched for this. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I just forgot all about it, to be honest. And yeah, so I haven't seen it. Eric, what do you say about Conclave?
Nobody would say we're being happier than the Pope died than the producers of Conclave. Like, oh, this is gonna give us an Oscar. It's gonna get us a lot of rewatch on Prime Video, because I think he was just there when he passed away last year. And no, he's great in Conclave. Like, this is one of those where he's the proper lead character. I don't think there's a lot of those in most recent times, I guess, where he's a lead. He carries that movie, and it's a stacked cast. I think everybody's great in it. I like the Italian, I don't remember his name, but the Italian guy who's kind of an asshole, but he's always vaping. I like him a lot. I'm biased. One of the best characters is Mexican, so I am biased towards him, and he's pretty fucking great in that movie. Stanley Tucci, everybody's great in it, and I do care a little bit about that stuff. I really like people talking in rooms a lot in movies, I guess, when they are good. If anything, there should have been less space where they get to talk, because they have a pretty fucking huge place where they tend to discuss and all that. So there's more scope than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to stay in a room and that never come out. But I mean, they are not that. I guess that doesn't matter. And he's great in it. So yeah, it's Conclave, yes, for me.
Conclave is going to make the list, but it's back to me. And you know what? I'm going to try for his other British franchise he was in, and see how this goes. He wasn't a big, like he was a big role, but he was still very much a supporting role in the movie. But I'm obviously talking about the James Bond franchise with Daniel Craig in there, and he played Gareth Mallory. The specific one I'm going to bring up is Skyfall. I think it's the best of the Craig ones, although No Time to Die is pretty close. But I think Skyfall is great. It's the one where he eventually takes over being M, and I think he gives a really good sort of commanding performance as his boss, and I think it's just one of those ones I think really works. And but Eric, what do you say about Skyfall?
Yeah, I thought about the James Bond franchise. I think it wouldn't be fair for a British actor to list who has been in a James Bond movie and to not have it on the list. I'm glad you went for the best one out of his 3 movies. He shows up as the character, and he's not M in Skyfall until the very end. Of course, spoilers, I guess, for somebody who hasn't seen Skyfall. But I think it's pretty good. Like it's one of those foils. Like he's more of a do the right stuff, James Bond, do it by the book. That's what I meant, I think. And he's great in it. And yeah, to portray the role of M, you need to be like pretty much British royalty. Is Ray Fiennes Sir? But it's just Ray Fiennes. It's not Sir Ray Fiennes yet.
I don't think he's been knighted.
Yeah, it probably will. Like you have to be close to that mark to be an M these years, like Dame Judi Dench, who was a previous M, of course. And yeah, Skyfall is a good pick for this one. This is not one of those where I think he's substantial enough in the movie, but as one of his movies, he's one of the better ones, I think. So yeah, Skyfall.
But Richie, what do you say about Skyfall?
I say I was going to have to look at my list because that was my next pick, and I got to pick something. So yeah, Skyfall is one of my favorite James Bond movies of all time. And yeah, like I think this is sort of the one where he's got the most to do. Yeah, it's where he becomes him, and he's got this sort of arc around him. And yeah, he's great. He's great in this. So absolutely, Skyfall. And every time I say Skyfall, I have that Adele song stuck in my head. So that'll be in my head all day now. But I have to play it for me to get rid of it. So yeah, Skyfall definitely.
Skyfall was going to make the list, and really funny is like there was. I'm going to spoil it now. Next week's episode is going to be Brendan Gleeson, which is really funny because he's in 2 of the same franchises as Ray Fiennes. Because he was in 28. He was in 28 Days Later, and he was in Harry Potter, but he was never in a James Bond movie. Surprisingly enough,
he's also in Bruges, which has also got Ray Fiennes in it. There you go. Sorry.
There was my segue into you know what else has Brendan Gleeson in Bruges, where Ray Fiennes is pretty fucking great. Like it took so long for us to bring in Bruges, and I love in Bruges. It's probably my favorite movie on this list on a personal level. It's one of those very dark comedies that like I probably shouldn't be laughing about this stuff, but it's very funny. And he doesn't show up until like half of the movie, I want to say, and he just starts up with a bang. He's probably his most intense. And he's though he's like a very bad man, like a killer and all that, and very, very foul-mouthed. There's a very interesting sense of honor of his character that I found very funny of his. Like I wanna kill this guy because he killed a kid and all that shit. And you shouldn't be laughing about it, but he's great in it. And just the end. Yeah, I don't want to spoil In Bruges for the people who haven't seen it, but In Bruges has also Brendan Gleeson, who's pretty fucking great in that movie. God damn it, Richie.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I didn't realize you were going to reply.
Like it's very just to sidestep. Like it makes sense for the main British actors to be in the same franchises. Like a lot of people who are in Harry Potter are probably in James Bond. The 28 years or 28 days later, it's not as big as a franchise, but it's a franchise anyway. So I'm glad they show up in that one as well.
You think
weird that Brendan Gleeson is James Bond, but he's in a Mission Impossible movie, which is odd.
Yeah. It's like the Mission Impossible days. Oh, yeah, it is. I think like you think of Australia, which is a bit big country. You think of America, UK, it's a big country, but like a lot of it seems like the acting pool is very small. It's small in comparison because a lot of people just show up and stuff. So yeah, but yeah.
Why is Brendan Gleeson on the Australian Mission Impossible? You don't get many Australian actors. No.
But yeah, I will talk about In Bruges now. Sorry, I jumped the gun. But yeah, I love Martin McDonagh. I think he's a great director. If you haven't seen, I don't think it's my brother, but there's a comedy movie that Brent Gleeson's in with Don Cheadle called The Guard. That's great. Check that out. But yeah, like Ray Fiennes is great in this film. But yeah, this movie is just really entertaining, and yeah, it holds up and absolutely should be on this list. It might have also been my next pick had I maybe not spoiled his. So now I gotta find another one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot that Brendan Gleeson, he was Ray Fiennes also in Bruges briefly. Even though I am looking at my personal list as well, but I do like In Bruges. I'm actually probably going to rewatch it this week for Brendan Gleeson because I'm not. I wasn't as high as the other people were. It's still good. I still really like it, and I'm still going to give it a yes. So In Bruges is going to make this list. But Richie, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
I'll nominate one where he's not in a lot either, but the story is about him. And I'll go The Reader, which is but basically it's Kate Winslet's story, how she in sort of wartime, what kind of Germany where she falls in love with this guy that's a bit too young for her, and like they're sort of they're kind of running back and forth, but it's it's a very, very compelling movie, and then when Ray Fiennes is on screen, you can feel, you do get that sense of that emotion that that he's really powerful in his scenes, and that conflict, that how he's like very conflicted, and it's I think it's fantastic. It's very powerful, especially when they meet after after all that time when she's in jail. It's just a very powerful scene, and I think it's well done by both involved. And I think he's fantastic. While I admit it's not mostly Kate Winslet's character story, but he's a crucial part of it, and he's the one who wants to that's trying he was obviously a big part of her life, and so yeah, I think The Reader at least deserves to be talked about.
The Reader does sound really good. I think I'll enjoy it. I just haven't got around to seeing it. Eric, what do you say about The Reader?
So I don't have many movies left on my list that I would be upset if didn't make it. I haven't seen The Reader, so I'm sure he's good. Fun fact that I'm just realizing, he's in two very Oscar prominent roles where he hookups with a woman named Hannah. The Reader being one of them. The other probably gonna show up later. I don't know if you've seen it. I haven't seen it. The English Patient, also a woman named Hannah. I thought that was pretty funny. But I should said no because we have 2 spots left, and I feel bad about it. But I don't hear a lot about Ray Fiennes in it. I didn't know he was in it. I only hear about Kate Winslet being in it. Like, it's a Kate Winslet list. Sure, The Reader. I would vote for it even having not seen it. In Ray Fiennes, probably not. But that's on me, not on Rich.
But The Reader isn't going to make the list. It's background to me. I'm going to try for this one, just see how it goes. He's been in a few animated movies that, but one where I think he's got a big part in it, and that's Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Red Rabbit. I think it's a fantastic, I think it's a fantastic Wallace and Gromit movie, and I think it's one of those ones. I think it really works as like a family friendly werewolf type movie, but I think it's.
Can you hear it at this point?
No, it was very choppy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were, I think it's great. And yeah, like, and Ray Fiennes plays like the Lord Victor Quartermain, who's courting Lady Cotterman for her fortune. I think it's just a really good role, and I think it's just one of those ones where, like, I think this is the best out of his animated movies he's been in, and yeah, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll see how this goes. Eric, what do you say about Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Red Rabbit?
Yeah, I was wondering when the animated movies were going to show up, because I like all of his animated movies. I think this is the one that I would give the hardest of yeses, because I think this is one that's pretty good. He's very funny in this movie. He's not like he's the bad guy and all that, but he's very, very funny. He's not as menacing. He's a little bit menacing. He threatens to kill the main guy a lot, like Wallace a lot. But he's a lot of fun. He's very cheesy. Like, get it, cheese. The whole movie is about cheese and all that. And this is not a British actors list if you don't have one of the most prominent animated British movies of all time. It's a great introduction to horror. I really like it a lot. So I suggest for Wallace and Gromit.
And Richie, what do you say about Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Red Rabbit?
Yeah, I love this movie a lot. There is one animated film in I rank higher. However, looking at his like other filmography, that I'm not beholden to a lot of the ones, even though I only just what's left. So, look, yeah. So I think if either the two or both make the list, that's cool. So I would definitely say yes, because I was huge in Wallace and Gromit as a kid, and this movie delivered in spades. And I wish it was just this movie. I mean, like the Wallace and Gromit, I wasn't a huge fan of the new one, but it was alright.
Yeah, I also wasn't a big fan of the new one either. But Wallace and Gromit is going to make the list. We've got one spot left. Eric, on you. What are you going to bring up?
I'm going to take a punt into guessing what the higher rated animated movie Richie has, and I'm going to nominate The Prince of Egypt. I think he's great in it. He's fantastic. I like his role as Ramses, probably the second, I think. It's just pretty bloody great. He's like, obviously at the beginning of the movie, he's very friendly to Moses and all that, but once the tables turn, I guess, he's very menacing, but very tragic, and very he's gonna extend his pain to the people of the Jewish people. And The Prince of Egypt overall is a pretty underrated movie, I guess. Like it's one of those DreamWorks movie that you wouldn't think is a DreamWorks, basing on the later stuff they did as a franchise or a production company. But Prince of Egypt is pretty great in that regard, and I think this is the other animated movie that I would nominate. Although the other ones I also really like, but The Prince of Egypt.
Richie, what do you say about The Prince of Egypt?
Yeah, you'd be correct. I think this is my favorite one out of the options here. But they're all great. But yeah, I think he stands out as Ramsey. I think it's a really solid film that holds up. Surprised, but also pleasantly so. Try to be a live action. With a dream. I feel like there's no matter how to do DreamWorks live action, probably DreamWorks live action. So, but they've avoided that for now. But I feel like if they ever do it, Prince of Egypt will be the first one they try. I think this movie's fantastic. He's great, and it's just charismatic as hell. And yeah, I think you know what, we can have two. We can have two animated movies. So I think he's got a commanding voice and a great, great animated arts, which show that stuff.
Yeah, Prince of Egypt would have been an easy yes for me as well. I think I really do like it. I think it's great, and yeah, there's not much more that I have to say about that. Then, yeah, but Prince of Egypt is going to make the list. That is going to close off the list for this episode. Richie, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Half-Blood. I mean, my Harry Potter's Half-Blood Prince Part 2 speaks of finality. The Constant Gardener, the Dixie's movie. You got the Ricky Gervais movie, Cemetery Junction. He's good in. If you've never seen that, it's a good movie. Kubo and Two Strings. Yeah. Lego Batman. Although the movie itself is not great. I mean, obviously Spectre. And yeah, it's pretty much it. Strange Days, also a decent movie, kind of a big other movie. Yeah, other than mine.
For me, like I would have brought up No Time to Die would have been needed to. Definitely Alice Part 2 as well. Is the other Harry Potter one I would have brought up the other two.
That's what Half-Blood.
Yeah. 28 years later, he is only a small part in it, but I think he's good in it. I would have been the one to bring up The English Patient. I do really like that movie. I think it's good. And I think he's pretty good in Hail Caesar. But Eric, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Yeah, if I brought up the Lego Batman movie, we could have gotten away with it. After a while, probably not. But I think he's pretty good in it. I think he's great as Alfred. He brings a lot of heart to that movie, and if it's in small doses, because they're Legos, of course. The Harry Potter movies I would have brought up, either Deadly Hallows Part 2 as a representative of the whole franchise, I guess, would have been the better choice personally for me. But I think he's much better than Goblet of Fire, even though he's very briefly in it. Like, that scene is very important to portray his menace, and that's your first impression of Voldemort as portrayed by him. And I think he kills it. I think that's his best scene in the whole franchise. Yeah, it's a long scene, so it makes sense that's his best, probably. That would have been my personal one. 28 years later probably would have been a good choice, if not for the Bone Temple, but I think he's great in both of them. Kubo and the Two Strings is also pretty good. I wish I had seen Strange Days. That's the one people are going to be mad about us. Like, the people who have seen it are really passionate about it. So I probably should have seen it and maybe think it over. For the sake of fun, I think he's really funny. Not funny, but he's fun in Clash of the Titans as Hades. I think it's very fun, but that's probably one too many villainous roles for him. I don't think we needed that movie. And I don't remember him in Hail Caesar, but I'm sure he's great in it. I really like that movie, but since I didn't remember him properly, I didn't brought it up. I wasn't sure about it. But pretty solid. This was pretty easy to make. We only said no to one movie.
And a couple that came up in the chat. Stephen brought up The End of the Affair. Leo brought up Made in Manhattan. Leo brought up something called Spider, which I don't know anything about.
I just saw it there. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Stephen did mention Strange Days, and he thinks number one should be Avengers 98.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes you need a proper number 12, and I would have agreed to put the Avengers for that reason. I think in one of the rankings I've been, we did that. I voted for a terrible movie just to make it number 12. I don't remember which one.
Well, I mean, there might have been a case in which it was a very small filmography. Everything else we were trying.
But yeah, surely should happen at some point.
But with that, Eric, what do you have at number 12?
I have Order of the Phoenix as number 12.
Richie?
Red Dragon.
And we start off with Freeway Clubs. I put In Bruges.
That's you're gonna still get stuck there for a while, Malcolm.
We're going to do it to the chat. In Bruges, Order of the Phoenix, or
Red Dragon.
or Red Dragon. The first comment I see,
I'm gonna kill the person who says In Bruges. There you go, Leo. You're my boy.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be this one, but because that's probably my number 2 favorite Harry Potter movie of all time. But
Like,
it
it's
is what
it has some
it
good
is.
stuff.
What it is.
Just don't like it as much.
Yeah.
Now you're going to put number 12, my number 1. It's polar opposites of this one.
I mean, it's just a case. Like as I said, I like it. It's just a case with where I've got them on my personal list. It's just where it ended up. But Richie, what do you have at 11?
Red Dragon.
Second in Bruges. Eric.
No, I'm saying Skyfall. This is so briefly in it.
But going to the chat again, Skyfall in Bruges, or Red Dragon.
Probably should have said Red Dragon just to save my ass.
You're my boy, Steve.
Nah.
But he wasn't the one that wasn't an official thing. That was the last one. But Leo got in first.
Yeah, my boy.
You didn't know him.
I mean, in all defense, Stephen,
like I said,
Ray Fiennes is a small part of Skyfall. So I mean, while the movie is good, he
like, the movie's really good, but he's not as impactful as he's in the other movies, at least personally.
The fact it's higher than Order of the Phoenix, on the other hand. But I'm going to go in Bruges. Eric.
This is a pretty selfish move for me, but I'm saying Red Dragon just to keep In Bruges out of the bottom 12.
Richie.
You don't have to worry. I mean, I love it, Bruce, so you wouldn't have to worry there. But yeah, Red Dragon.
Yeah, but if we tie again, somebody Stephen is gonna answer pretty quickly. He's waiting for it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him a tie.
But I've got Red Dragon at 10. So make sure I actually turn off the timer. Which is a way to make the timer off as a default on when you're doing banners on StreamYard, but it is what it is. Eric, what do you have for number 9?
Have quiz show.
Richie, what do you have at 9?
Wallace and Gromit.
And I've got in Bruges.
Wallace and Gromit.
Go to the chat. Wallace and Gromit in Bruges or quiz show.
Quiz show.
The first comment I see will be the decider.
Should get into my alternative account.
You don't have to. Leo got in first. At Wallace and Gromit.
That's good.
But just because Stephen was wanting a big long thing about Red Dragon being at 10 is fair.
I guess possibly the worst movie on the list. Not that it's pretty bad, but he's great in it. It's Red Dragon. He's writing Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were Rabbit as we speak. It took him a while.
But Richie, what do you have at 9?
At 9, is it 9 or 8? 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how numbers work.
Quiz show.
I'm sticking with in Bruges. Eric.
I'm sticking with quiz show.
Quiz show is going to be at 8.
It's getting tougher.
Richie, what do you have at 7?
Prince of Egypt.
Sticking with In Bruges, Eric.
You don't see here, but me and Richard texting just to keep In Bruges out of the Prince of Egypt. I'm kidding. We're not doing that.
But just to recap what we've still got on this list, we've got The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Menu, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, Schindler's List, Conclave, and In Bruges. But Eric, what do you have for 6?
Got Bone Temple.
Richie.
Conclave.
And I've got In Bruges, so got a tie between In Bruges, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and Conclave. The first comment I see will be deciding what ends up, and Leo got in really quickly with The Bone Temple.
Yeah, my boy.
Brian, you're just too late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
suck it, Brian.
Richie, what do you have at 5?
Sticking with Conclave.
I'm sticking with In Bruges. Eric.
I'm going with Conclave.
But Conclave is going to be at 5. It also rhymes, Conclave 5.
Yeah.
Slightly. Richie, what do you have at 4?
The Grand Budapest.
Sticking with In Bruges. And Eric.
I said The Menu.
But with that, we've got a tie. We've got Grand Budapest Hotel, In Bruges, The Menu, and and Brian got in first, and it is going to be the Grand Budapest Hotel.
That's fine.
I'm sticking with In Bruges. Eric.
I'm sticking with The Menu.
Richie.
Don't hate me. In Bruges.
No. That's fine. Number 3 is perfectly fine.
But In Bruges will be 3rd. But this time we're voting for number 1 between The Menu and Schindler's List. So both movies about the list, so to speak. Eric, what do you have at number 1?
I have Schindler's List.
Richie, what do you have at number 1?
Schindler's List.
I went The Menu, but Schindler's List is going to be number 1. Menu will be number 2. There you go, Stephen. You're happy. Time to recap this as I make sure to turn timers off. Not that it really matters for this one, for when I'm recapping it, but at number 12 we've got Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. At 11 we've got Skyfall. At 10 we've got Red Dragon. At 9 we've got Wallace and Gromit. At 8 we've got Quiz Show. At 7 we've got The Prince of Egypt. 28 years at 6 we've got 28 years later, The Bone Temple. At 5 we've got Conclave. At 4 we've got The Grand Budapest Hotel. At 3 we've got In Bruges. At 2 we've got The Menu. And number 1 is Schindler's List. But that is the end of ranking for this week. Next week, as I said earlier, we're doing Brendan Gleeson movies. But Eric, where can we find you online?
I want to give a shout out to Richie's killer Ricky the Dragon Steamboat t-shirt. That's pretty great. I mentioned it at the beginning. I want to give a shout out to Leo Logan, my boy. You're the best. I want to give a shout out to Ray Fiennes for being the subject of this great list. Many pretty fucking great movies he has made. May he do many more. And you can find me whenever you can find this, whatever you can find these guys at your ASATs, your WTs, your CWTs, your Lights Out, your Multiplex, your White Without Horror, and many more. I've been here for a while now.
Quite possibly, Steven. Quite possibly.
Yeah, you better. Brendan Gleeson is. If you don't like the movie, fine. But Brendan Gleeson is pretty great in that.
Richie, we can be on you online.
The week after that, are you doing Colin Farrell?
I don't think I've got him on the poll, but maybe I will.
You can find me later on today on Podcast League now, talking best of 25 minutes. So, with Jonathan JPO, Jonathan Caro, Oscar's House. Check that out. Also, Wildlife Horror, I've got a match coming up with Jeremy Potter's that will be scheduling at the moment. Other than that, I'm going on holiday for a week, but when we come back, we'll be doing Wheel of Movies, talking just like him, the Reese Witherspoon, Mark Ruffalo rom-com there, Lily Marks, I won't be on this week, but next week, the week after, I'll be on talking Royal Rumble. Check that out.
So you're away this week. Does that mean you're flying to Saudi to be in the Royal Rumble?
I can't nor deny.
But you can find me on Tape Reductions hosting Rankin each week. Next week we're talking about Brendan Gleeson movies. You can also find me popping up here and there talking about movies. I'm hoping to do Spare from the Past will be back. I'm hoping to bring it back next week to talk about TNA Final Resolution from December 2008. And you can also find me sort of popping up here and there wherever movies or wrestling is being talked about. But until next time, that is the end of Rankin for this week. And shall see you next time.
Small chance of